Well, would you look at that? At long last, we have hard confirmation for the Raphael deck of Fate, and this is huge news for two reasons in Raid Shadow Legends. Number one, we have a guaranteed event for Raphael starting tomorrow. We're going to break all that down in this video and even go over a very simple Hothead deck of Fate calculator that I prepared. And then the second big piece that comes with this, the second exciting thing, is with this confirmation of the Hothead deck of Fate that was leaked so many weeks ago, we essentially get our formal confirmation of the Leonardo Path event, the Swordmaster Path, because that path for Leonardo and this deck for Raphael were leaked at the same time. Then the developer said we cannot confirm the dates, but we can confirm those events in the way and style they were originally leaked will be coming. And a lot of people were still dubious. There were a lot of people online doubting that this would ever come. And here you go. Hothead deck of Fate arrives tomorrow. That is very, very cool. And we now know the Leonardo Path for sure is going to come before the TMNT collab ends. When would that be? Probably 3 or 4 weeks. But we do know right now when Raphael is coming, and that is tomorrow. This is a pretty exciting event. The methods for getting points for this deck are exactly what we anticipated. It is going to be summoning souls from soulstones and getting artifacts and accessories. So essentially, it is soulstone summoning and dungeon divers, or what they now call ear hunters. In total, to flip the entire deck, as always, you'll need 40,000 points. And I do think I know exactly how much the point totals will be for all the different things. So let's go over that right now, actually. I think that's a really good place to start, and I'll explain my reasoning and my methodology, so we can all be prepared for when this starts in just half a day. It's going to be like 10 hours after this video goes live, and it will run from tomorrow, Tuesday, through Friday. So we get 4 whole days, pretty solid stuff. So currently, just to make the calculator look cleaner, I've hidden the values, but you can find them right here. I'll explain why I'm pretty dang confident these will be the values, and I will also propose the alternative values. And I think you'll agree it's going to be one or the other. However, with this calendar, once we get the actual values that we can earn per soulstone type summoned and how many points we get, you can adjust it accordingly, or I will adjust it on the live main copy as well if you want to wait until I do that for you to copy it. Okay, so let's go. Let's start with the first little bit of evidence here. Here you can see our man Nubraids, and this is just a still from a video he posted a year and a half ago, even more than a year and a half ago, February 5th, 2024. And this was a Void Legendary deck of Fate for Fatalis that was part of the Monster Hunter collab. This was a deck of Fate where you earn points through shards, not soulstones, so not incredible in terms of informing us what's going to be the deal with Raphael, but it still is helpful just to ground us in some reality of what to expect with these things. And you can see the dungeon divers point totals. So that's something to remember for a couple minutes from now. You can see if you did this only through sacred shards, you didn't do any dungeon diving, and you didn't pull any other shard types, at 1,600 sacreds, when for this deck and all decks you need 40,000 points, it took exactly 25 sacreds. Let's go to something a little closer now, though not all the way there in my opinion, and I will explain why. Here we've got a deck of Fate for Khan. Khan is a Void Legendary Orc, I believe. This was right when I started playing. This came out when March 17th, 2025, or when I started playing again and when I started this channel. And you can see here's a video from the boy Boozer, the main man himself. Here, this is a very interesting deck of Fate because you earn points through dungeon diving, you earn points through summoning shards, and you earn points through summoning soulstones. He blocks it here, but I've gone through in the video, and it is Mortal Soulstones for 70 points, Immortal Soulstones 700, Eternal Soulstones 3,500. You can kind of see the way they do the ratio. And that will be confirmed with the final clip from a video I'm going to show you. But what is that ratio I'm speaking to? You have your base amount, which is the Mortal Soulstones. So that here, that's 70. Immortal Soulstones are 10 times as much, and Eternal Soulstones are 50 times as much. That seems time and time again through the deck of Fates I've looked at to be the ratio. So it's like 1 to 10 to 50 when you're going from mortal to immortal to eternal. Finally, we've got this guy, me. This is a video I made right when the Grokos Turndrake deck of Fate was happening, and I think this is where we find our actual numbers. It is also worth mentioning these Dungeon Diver Gear Hunter points have slightly changed. We look at the video here with Nubraids. Let's just look at rank 6. It goes 15, 16, 18, 21, 25, 31. That was the Fatalis. Then we go to Con with Boozer. It was 14, 15, 18, 20, 23, 30. Then if we go to my video here, it's 14, 15, 18, 20, 24, 30. So it's slightly more in the one I did with Grokos, very similar with Boozer. And then with Nub Raids and Fatalis very long ago, the numbers stray a bit. But we do see a fairly comfortable range if you want to know how many points you can get from farming up gear. The main way will be through pulling soul stones, but this is going to be also valuable because you'll get a good amount of points through doing this, though obviously not the majority, unless you have all the energy in the world to spend. I think I did a nice thing here where I raised myself so you can actually see these values very clearly. And here we get Immortal Soulstone at 80, Immortal at 800, and Eternal at 4,000. There's your ratio 1 to 10 to 50. And I think these are the totals we are going to see. Now, why is that? Well, this was the most recent champion event where we could earn them through a Deck of Fate, through flipping the cards. And this was a non-void legendary. So I think that's a really valuable piece of information because they tend to make the void legendaries harder, the non-void legendaries a little easier. I'm not going to say easy because this all takes a huge resource investment and a lot of time spent saving and probably some actual money spent as well for certain kinds of players. There you go. These are the numbers, and that's what I anticipate for this, right? Raphael is also a non-void, just like Grokos. This was the most recent. I think this kind of checks out. So I can uncover this and you'll see it's 80, 800, 4,000, just as we expect. If you wanted to adjust accordingly and you think it's going to be different, or when it goes live, maybe it's slightly in between these two, by all means, you absolutely should. So you can use this to simply plug in the quantity you have, the quantity you are going to pull of soulstones, and it will spit out the total value. Let's do that together now, and we'll see how close I am. A key thing to remember: as you pull, you're going to get more and more coins, and you can get more and more stones to pull. So there's kind of like a built-in rebate as you're going, because you're going to pull soul stones, you're going to get souls. The bad ones will get crunched here and removed from your soul collection, and you're going to rack up more and more and more coins. You can go to the market, you can get more stones, a little bit of a rinse and repeat. So even if you do the math right now and you don't have exactly 40,000, or even if you have like 25,000, you're not going to be in the worst shape in the world because you'll get a nice chunk of the way there. Then you can sell off, maybe you get another couple thousand points. And then if you have energy saved or you have some gems you can use, you can get the rest through farming, through doing the gear hunters. So yes, if you have very little saved, it is not possible. I saw a content creator with the thumbnail saying, I'm skipping this soulstone event. This is why I'm skipping. And he had a picture of his stones, and that's why he's skipping. You can't do it with like whatever it was, 90 and 8 or something like that. You need to have some progress already achieved in what you've saved to this point, unless you're willing to go spend money on these stones. But hopefully you guys don't have to do that. So let's quickly go to the Mystic Market and let's max this out. I'm saving this. This is like my rainy day fund in case I need a second Eternal. I suggest many people do that because I do think these Eternal Soul Essences are far more valuable, even though these give so many points in the deck. So I have 189 Mortal Soul Stones. That's pretty easy. Let's pop that in and you'll see automatically it adjusts. So that gives me this value. Just from my Mortal Soul Stones, I will have just over 15,000 points. So that gets us, what, 3/8 of the way there? Just about. Not too shabby. Now I have 22 Immortals and I have 1 Eternal. So from my Immortals, I've got 17,600. That is a big dent. And finally, my singular Eternal, that's 4,000 points. Just the one. My total, though, it spits out above me, and this is pretty cool. It's over 36,000 points. It's almost 37,000 points. That is a very, very manageable amount of points remaining that need to be farmed through gear hunters. So if you're in a situation like this, or anywhere close even, you're in a very good situation, I would say. I'll even go as far to say that I might not even pull everything. We'll see how many natural points I get just through my daily farming with my free energy. You could also, if you don't want to deal with that, just use that rebate thing I'm talking about. Take all the souls that you want to sell, get your coins, use those coins in the Mystic Market, and then you can get more stones. And you could, so I'm already in a position where I could do this whole thing without doing any gear hunters as well. Use the calculator, feel out where you're at, and hopefully you don't miss this opportunity to get Raphael. He's a very, very, very good champion. I think everyone is so hyper-focused on Leo, we're losing sight of the fact that all 4 of these turtles are awesome. The biggest reason I play this game is because I'm a collector, and this is a limited collab that these characters will never come back again unless they rerun this collab in another limited style event, probably very far in the future. So this is kind of our moment if you want to get all 4 turtles. And that's been my priority since the day they announced this, since before the day they announced this, because I was doing an ad for them and I already knew it was coming. And I was like, I'm going to do everything I can to get all 4 turtles. And I think a lot of you probably have been doing the same. So hopefully you can make use out of that calculator. Let me know if you agree with the assumptions I've made in my predictions. If you disagree, let's have a chat about it. I think this will be a pretty cool thing. So that's how you get Raphael. I want to speak to the deck outside of just getting Raphael, because this deck is going to be important for people that want to get April and stay on top of the Ace Reporter Titan event, right? You need pizza points for this, and pizza points are available through this Hothead Deck of Fate. So you're probably going to have to flip some number of cards unless you did a really, really major maxing of the Path event that I discussed in my last video, the Doorkeep Path, or you made some progress there and you're prepared to pull a lot this coming weekend in a very likely champ chase that will arrive in game. 20 pizza points will be available under green cards, so 10 under each of those. That brings us to 20. We can get 40 from our rare blue cards. 2 of those will have 20 pizza points in each of them. And finally, another 40 from a singular purple card, a singular epic that we flip. So if you're flipping the whole deck because you're trying to get Raphael, you're trying to max this out, I think most people that are going for this you will come out of this with another 100 pizza points. So you can skip this if you can get all your pizza points in another way. Remember, you can leave 250 on the table, but there are 100 available. This is the end of the main video, so we can wrap it up here. But if you want to hear about the path and how I approach that, we can do that together now. I also want to take a quick moment to say, if you're not yet playing Raid, use my link in the description, the top and comment. It is the best link available for starting in the game right now, or insane champions almost immediately, including Deacon Armstrong, who you do get immediately. But to take this thing home, just a fun thing for the end, let's do my path event, the Doorkeeper's Path. I realize I did the math on this a few times, and I said, if you want to fully complete this path specifically to max out pizza points and nothing else, you need 44,300 hero coins, or path currency. I've already used 800 to, get this and effectively complete these first 2 rows. I really hope my math was right. I checked it a few times, but if my math was correct, we should have farmed, because I already used the 800, 45.289. So about 45.2K. So we'll see if I have leftover or if I messed it up and I miss out on these last couple points. One thing that is nice, frustrating to people that didn't want to participate in the deck, but nice for people that were waiting for Raphael anyway and saving these soul stones for a while, is those basically free 100 pizza points, because you were going to go for Rapha anyway, do lighten the load for the rest of the Titan event. And it's looking to be, so far it already has been an annoying, difficult Titan event. All right, let's go down this left column. That's 1,000. Here's some more coins. That stuff will help us, right? Actually, do we pick up any mortal soul stones here? Immortal soul stones? No. We do get this 1 mortal, so that's going to be thrown on our pile. We got to snag this. And then finally, we got our first big 100. So there's 160 from that column in the pizza point department. I pick up this mortal soul stone and we unlock column 4 and 5. Let's go down column 4. So far, it looks like I did farm the right amount of coins. We'll see now. Column 5. Let's see. Okay, perfect. So there's the leftover, about the 900 we anticipated, right? I said we were at 45.2 and we needed 44.3. So we did it. I don't think there's anything else I can snag. Oh, there is up here. Okay, let's get this 1-star basalt thing and let's pick up some spirit brews. Pretty dang good. Feeling nice about it. And now in this April Titan event, we're looking really good. We're up to 870. I don't think we'll have to do any more summoning. We'll get another 100 from the Deck of Fate. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And look at that, Immortal Soulstone, even more points. So I can even live update this now, and this will be the nice way to end the video. If we go back here, we're now up to 190 on the Mortal and 23 on the Immortal. So let's just update that, and we'll get a few more points. That should put us over 37K, right? Now we're getting close to 38K. So even if we don't do any extra soul stones besides this, it'll be very minimal gear hunting, aka dungeon diving. And there you have it, guys. If you like my stuff, please do subscribe to the channel. Use my link to start playing Raid Shadow Legends today. Share with your mother, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.